Hey guys, I was given a great suggestion by my friend and fellow YouTuber Violet Flame 03. She always leaves the nicest comments on my videos, so I just want to give her a shout out and check her out. She's a sweetheart and always just leaves the sweetest and most positive comments. So I definitely want to thank her for the idea for the video of doing decorating on a budget. We recently, I got married last October and we bought a house and it's in pretty good shape, but the people that owned it didn't really do a lot of work on the walls and that sort of thing. They had kids, and so before we actually moved into this room, I believe this one was either bright yellow or bright blue. There's a room right beside it that's the same shape, and they were the children's rooms. But I wanted to just give you a quick tour and show you where I got some of my cheapy decorating finds. Like I've said a million times in my videos, I'm a teacher. I actually work for a Presbyterian preschool, and it's a wonderful work environment, but you kind of have to know going into education, especially private schools and things like that, you know, if you make decent money at it, you're one of the fortunate ones. But anyway, I'll show myself. I don't know if you can I don't know if you can see me or not, but actually, speaking of budget finds, this dress I found was $4 at a place called Plato's Closet. So if you have one of those in your area, check it out. It's basically a consignment store marketed for teens and for college age, and so you kind of have to pick and choose. You can definitely find some things. I have had some of my teacher friends that are in their mid-40s, not that that's old or anything, but even they have found some things there that they felt like were age appropriate, so definitely check it out. And I'm going to turn you now around to Webster, and he's going to help me with this video apparently. But this is our guest bedroom, and I'm going to start, sorry if this is like kind of Blair Witch Project-y. I'm trying to hold the camera steady. But this room when we started out was bright blue, like icy colored blue, like the drink. And so it wasn't super appropriate for two adults in their late 20s to have company over. I mean, once we have kids, you know, that'll be whatever. But so the first thing we did in this room was we refinished the walls. And the paint colors, I can't remember the names of them because it's been, gosh, probably almost a year since we painted. But at the bottom is like a darker taupey brown, and the top is just kind of it's a eggshell color with just a hint of peach in it. And so we just got the paint at Home Depot. And one of my favorite tips is if you ask them if they have colors that people didn't like, because depending on the store, the hardware store you go to, some of them have return policies where if you just really hate a color when you take it home and open it, they try to work with you on that. And also ask them for those miniature cans of paint they use just to test out paint colors. And that's a really affordable way to save money because I know paint can get expensive. And then we actually, well, not we, because I'm not super handy, although I try. But Andrew actually installed the crown molding. He just went and bought it. He didn't even have to paint it white. It was already white, and just basically nail gun that sucker in. So that was just a neat way. And what we did with that was rather than buy an expensive $500 headboard, we just used the crown molding to create our own headboard into the wall. So if you can see that. And then the next thing I want to show you, the carpet was original to the house. So it's just like your run-of-the-mill beige factory carpet, but it's not bad. But I'll start over on this side of the room. Actually, my trash can in the room is a recycled chicken scrap bucket. It was originally used as like a kitchen, well, they call it chicken scrap bucket, but it's actually a kitchen scrap bucket. And I don't know if this is like a southern thing, but people take their, Rachel Ray does it too. She has her scrap bowl. But take like a tin or aluminum bucket and put your scraps in it. And then originally it was created to take out to your farm animals. And so we just refurbished it, recycled it into a trash can. And then this table was actually like $20 or less at Sam's Club. So don't underestimate Sam's Club. We spend a lot of time there. The lamp is from Target. And it, I think, was only like 10 or 15 bucks. It was super cheap. And then the candles I got on sale at Pier 1, they were just $3 or $4. And so was the little zebra tray that they're on. It was like $2 on sale at Pier 1. If you catch Pier 1 at certain times, they have really good sales. I know it can get kind of expensive if you're buying things at full price. But they always have a wall in the back with the stuff marked down. with the orange and red stickers, and I find some really good stuff there. And then my books mostly are just things that I purchased, and I like to get the book sales at Target. They have some really good deals on stuff, and same for Books A Million. And then I don't know if you can tell if it's too dark, but I have a cast iron A, and that came from Kohl's. It was, I'm sure she got it on sale. My mother-in-law got that for us. It says original price was $20, but I'm pretty sure she didn't pay full price for it. And then the next thing I also have to give her credit for is our bedspread. A good place to find a cheap bedspread is at Marshall's. I find a lot, or actually our other bedspread. I'd show you that room, except it's not that clean. Webster, let's not do that on camera, please. Sorry about that. That's bad manners. Of course he would do that right now. Is TJ Maxx, and our other bedroom, our bedspread came from Marshall's. And another place to look, if you catch them on a good sale for a bedspread, is JCPenney's. The orange pillows on the bed for a pop of color came from, they were 2 for $15 at Marshall's. I'm a huge Marshall's fan. And then the middle pillow was another sale item. I believe, I want to say it came from Macy's, but it was like way marked down. And then the pictures, all three of the pictures on our wall, and I'll try to get closer so you can see. Well, I've got 2 that are scenes from New York. That was $4. The one in the middle was $10. And then the one over here, which is a picture from Central Park in New York City, that was also $4. And these came from Big Lots, which is amazing. Big Lots, actually, they're decorating stuff. If you have the time to kind of look and hunt, they have some really cool stuff. And then here's another table from Sam's Club, tissue. And then the rabbit I got from Target in a $2 bin. And I like kind of silly, whimsical animals, so I decided, even though it's not Easter, I'd bring him home. And then the little, I don't actually know what kind of plant this is supposed to be, but it has like the fake gel water and the rocks in it, and that was on sale at Target. One of my favorite places to get little knickknacks and stuff is at Target, in either the $2 bins in the front, or if you go back to the decorating section, if you see something that you really like, I was told by the sales manager that they do a lot of limited edition collections, and so it's very easy to wait a week or two and you can get it at half or a third of the price. And so just wait for it, because all those collections have a high turnover rate, and chances are if you wait a week or two, the item that you want so badly will be on sale. And that's also where the mushroom came from. It was on sale at Target, and that's our ghetto television. We just brought our old one in here in case people staying were dying to watch TV. And there's some books. And that is about it. If you have any questions about places where to find, oh, and our curtains also came from Big Lots. They're just like kind of a sheer black, but they came from Big Lots, and I think they were like $12. So refinishing this room, aside from the paint cost, because we did actually have to buy our paint, really only cost us like a couple $100. I don't even think it was really that. I think it was probably more, maybe under $200. But anyway, if you would like to know suggestions where to find certain items for cheap, I am incredibly cheap, and I can probably help you with that. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you later.